All right, hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. We are back. Ooh, finally was able to open up the window, and I feel like it's coming down on me here. Um, so we are starting up a new game for the stream, not a new game for me. I always call this my comfort game. When I don't know what else to play, I can always sit down and do a run of Surviving Mars. So let's get this started. I love this game, and I've never streamed it yet. So let's do this. We're playing with all of the DLC. So let's start. As usual. Oh yeah, what will we call... Okay. There's always something I specifically call it. I probably should have brought this up first. I almost forgot about it. There's a special name I like to use. All right. Let me go to it. Da 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 da. I'm bringing it up. I'm bringing it up. I should have done this. I should have done this earlier. Oh, man. There's one of the gods of Mars that I love to name it after. There it is. Quirinus. So we're gonna look it up to start the stream. Yes, here we go. Let me bring it up on the screen here. Oh, whatever. I'll just read it. So the name Quirinus probably stems from the Latin quirus, the name of Roman citizens in their peacetime function, since both Quirus and Quirinus are connected with the Slavic immigrants into Rome in ancient times. Oh, well, this is not... Whatever. I'm making this take too long. Basically, it's one of the gods of Mars that is for the people and in peacetime. Alright, and now this is kind of bright. We're going to turn this off before we get started. Close this curtain. It's awful. I have such a great view from my window here. But in the middle of the day, it just gets... Ooh, that's really bright, too. It gets so bright that I can't keep it on. Or keep it open. Alright. So we're going to do... I always like to play as NASA, so we're going to be the USA. Commander profile. We're going to start as a psychologist. Colonists recover 5 additional sanity while resting in their homes. And we can start with the behavioral shaping building, which is great. Company logo. Good old NASA 2K logo. The mystery, I want to do the Last War. You can see I never really have completed a lot of them, but I do like this one. Rival colonies, we'll go with China, Russia, and the hated Space Y. Regular old game rules. Now, in terms of the starting rocket, most of it's pretty good the way it starts. Over the years, I've tried so many combinations, and I always end up just coming back to the regular. So this is good, but I do like to take the machine parts down and add 2 of those, because once we land, we're gonna send a second rocket with more resources, and I do like to start with a few more orbital probes. All right. Let's find a place. Mars Pathfinder landing area. But it's not a good starting spot. Alright. This is pretty good. Though we will have quite a bit of cold waves. Ooh. So we'll have a lot of dust storms, but we can deal with that. I think we'll do this. Alright. Let's get to our colony.
Welcome to Mars.
Welcome to Mars. Oh, let's make sure the sound's working. Welcome to Mars. Oh, let's make... There I am. It is working. Alright. Why is my one thing here now? Let's refresh this feed. There we go. Okay. Mission Control, log number 1. Welcome to Mars, Commander. Welcome to Mars. Everyone at Mission Control is impatient to see the rocket touching down and unloading its precious cargo. Our remotely controlled eyes and hands on the red planet, the drones and rovers. Our goal is to secure a foothold for humanity by building the first Martian dome. This daunting endeavor will allow the brave pioneers, the founders, to settle on Mars and prove that the colony is sustainable. But until then, we have to make sure the colony has enough construction resources, water, oxygen, and power. Alright, so let's pause. So let's use our probes. Figure out where we want to go. We got some water. We have these metals right here. Ooh, there we go. Excellent. This is going to be our spot right here. But let's use the rest of the probes. Let's use one. Right here. Alright, so we'll start with this. Let's get all this stuff out of our way. Alright, let's look at research. Excellent. Advanced Martian engines. Definitely want that. Then we want biotech. Get that guy. Actually, well, we'll get engineers and geologists and do that first. That looks good. Alright, so let's touch a rocket down. Alright, high metals. High rare metals. Oh my lord, very low and average. What a great starting spot. I always like the starting spot to be basically a mining dome. So we can put a dome and have both of these. And then the next dome we build will start to become a production dome. So where do we want to put the rocket? Because this is going to be kind of like our landing pad. I think we can... Yeah. We'll start it off right here. Now, we have water over here. It's very low, so we're going to need to start with a couple moisture vaporators. We want another transport. We want 12 more drones. And now... And then these, we can start off there. Can we afford... We'll take one more of those. There we go. We'll do that so that we can get a little bit of research added in. Launch that. Pay for the research. And we'll do one more. All right. Let's unpause. Oh, you know, I usually like to start near where the underground entrance will be. I forgot to look for that. But that's okay, because I'm not going to pass up this and water over there. Oh, let's save our game now. So that, let's say, shenanigans happens, we don't lose this starting spot. You can go there. You can start collecting that. Alright, let's preload all of the explorer's stuff. Look at that big old crater. It's going to be great if we build, if we get a safari to look near there. Alright, I think that's all of those things. Alright, so let's build... Oops. And I just got rid of all of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how many we got, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Okay. Now, let's build our drone hub. Alright, this is good. Got a little bit of wasted space up here. See, the problem is, let's space this out. Yeah, I want the dome to be like right here. So, which means we want, I don't want it to be like right on top. I suppose this is okay. Yeah, this is fine. We'll do that. Alright, the way I usually like to set up the first drone hub, put these guys right next to it so that you don't need to put any power connectors. Get us the sensor tower right here. We save ourselves a bunch of power cords with this. And then we'll just get this together first. Actually, there's no reason to build that there like that. Yeah, we'll do this. Okay, now we need our resource depot, so we'll do the main one here. We'll do a metals one here and a concrete one here. Let's see, take these 4 guys, go over here. Well, actually, no, we don't need to do that yet. I want all of the drones in the drone hub, and you just kind of chill out over here for right now. Okay. Let's let these guys go.
Anomaly analyzed. Milestone.
There's more to the barren environment.
Greenhouse Mars, planetary survey. Alright, not bad, not bad. Alrighty. So now you go empty this out so that we have some stuff there. So we want that to be low. Oh yeah, what am I doing? Okay. And now we need the concrete extractor. No, not metals. Okay, so now we're going to build some power cables. And then, right at the edge there, we'll make our large dumping site. You can put it a little further back. Like right here. Perfect. Alright, so this is the priority. You guys start building that. And then we'll build the second one right here. I do like to start with 2 because we're going to need a lot of concrete to start. So we'll start with the power cord going like this. When the dome gets built, we'll just put it over that way. Yeah, so build this one first, this one second. Alright, so start collecting that stuff now. So we want our landing pad. I wonder if we'll be able to get the landing pad before that guy gets here. Probably not. So if that happens, we'll just get rid of that. All right. We can speed up a little bit. Oh yeah, while we're at it, build a couple more recharge stations. All right, perfect. Ah, there we go. We got this guy going. How's power production?
Anomaly analyzed.
There's more to the barren environs of the red planet.
So
than
low G
meets the eye.
turbines, magnetic filtering. So I want to try to get farms and the apartment building before I can start sending people. Alright, let's get this done. Alright, we're moving right along.
Research complete.
Advanced Martian engines, excellent. Alright, we'll add that to the list. Move it up. Alright, so while they're doing this, let's figure out where is our closest underground entry point. So there's 2 on the map. Alright, we'll wait till it's not dark outside because it's going to be harder to see. So let's speed it up. Yeah, we still have our fuel refinery. We'll wait till we get the next rocket in.
Sector scanned.
Oh. Excellent, buddy. Excellent. Alright, grab all the metals, put them over here.
The explorer made a thorough scan of the anomaly site, but couldn't find anything unusual.
Regrettably, it appears the unusual readings were just a sensor glitch. Wonk, wonk, wonk. Okay. Alright, let's just get that built. I'd like to get these done, because then you can control the dust that gets scattered. And since we don't have people here, you know, we can take all the time we need. Oh. Alright, pause. Yikes. Okay, you guys go in there, and you get the hell out of there. Last thing we want is the whole operation done because of this thing. And you, like, get out of there. Alright, we just need one more. Well, you know, while that's going that way, you can go over and start collecting that. Hello, Emperor Renard. Thanks for coming back. I'm pretty much effed. That's my considered option. Effed. The Martian by Andy Weir. I know. Excellent, excellent book. Excellent book. There's actually an achievement in this game called it's something like the Watney achievement or something like that. Where if you get through the founder stage with just one person, you get the achievement. Welcome back, my friend. How are you? This is an absolute favorite game of mine, and I haven't streamed it yet, and I actually haven't played it in quite some time. They just announced that later this year they're releasing a VR version of the game, or at least a VR branded version of the game. So I thought, what better time to stream my first Martian colony. Alright, so we can send these guys back over here. Send you back over there. And you... Oh, yeah, we don't need... Oh, no, I don't want it. You do that. Excellent. Okay, so now we can land the rocket. Interesting you bring up Andy Weir. A couple months ago, on a road trip, my wife and I were listening to his book, Project Hail Mary. Have you read that one? Because that book was fantastic. I was going into it thinking, well, you know, The Martian was great, but I wonder, like, if he has another one in him. And I know he does, because the book isn't brand new, and I'd heard it was pretty good. But I'd only read The Martian, hadn't ventured into his other stuff. And man, I think about that book a lot. That book was just fantastic. Oh, I forgot. Some of our drones... Now, I want everybody on the drone hub. All of you guys on here. So that's 20, and now the 4. So then the other 4 can stay in here, and now you can hang out down there. I don't really read much, but I watch people talk about books sometimes to see if it would interest me or not. Yeah. If you enjoyed The Martian, you would definitely enjoy Project Hail Mary. Kind of similar in the idea that it's like somebody trying to survive in space, but, you know, very, very different in where it goes. But kind of the same thing too, like a lot. It's like hard science, even though it's science fiction and fantasy, or like hard sci-fi.
There's more to the barren environs.
So yeah, really cool. Okay, good. So now that we have these things on there, we'll take this, And then we'll see what comes next. I like the French translation of that first line of The Martian better. It's, I've thought about it carefully and now I'm sure of it. I'm effed. Yeah. That is a better line actually. I love it. Such a great book. I was fortunate enough to read it like right when it came out, just by happy accident. I had just finished reading a book. I was looking for a new one to read. It was something that had popped up as a recommendation on my whatever device I was using to read at the time. So it just so happened I was looking for a recommendation right when the book got released. So I was happy about that because it's fantastic. Do you know this game at all? Have you encountered this game? Because this game is a little old at, I think now. I think this game is going on 6 or 7 years at this point, but still is a fantastic game. It's had a number of DLC and it's wonderful. All right. All right. We can speed. We can speed this up just a little bit. All right. Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. It's a really cool game. It's technically a Paradox game, so you know, people who make Victoria 3 and Hearts of Iron and Crusader Kings, all of that. But it's one of the games that they publish. They didn't make the game, they just publish it. But I guess so technically it's still a Paradox game. Oh, okay. So alright, so now, what am I doing? I've got to get my life together here. So we're going to make... Now, this is, I know, to all of the hardcore surviving Mars people.
Anomaly analyzed.
Oh, hold on, what's going on here? While digging in the dirt, a drone has stumbled upon a crashed supply pod almost entirely buried below the red sand. The pod cannot be identified as its hull is too burnt and its black box is missing. We discovered several blueprints of unknown purpose inside. Your team stares at the strange designs and is trying to make sense of them. You decide to join in. Clearly, the part designed as 01K64 goes into the power couplings here. And Eureka! You know what this is. Ooh. Okay. This is a tough one. The MDS lasers are great to have. The subsurface heater is something that we are going to need much sooner. But we can research the subsurface heaters very quickly. So we're going to take the lasers.
There's more to the barren environs of the red...
Ah, the decommission protocol. Yes, that's what we want. We'll add that in there. Alright, so now we're going to make our first moisture vaporator. So yeah, I was saying, die hard surviving Mars people always say don't build things so close together like this. You want to space everything out, so that, here we go, you want to space everything out so that if like asteroids and stuff come, you don't get like demolished by it. Well, I just never like how that looks, and I don't care.
Research complete.
All right, get some extra research. All right. All right, so we're going to get some fuel now. That is good. Let's add in our third landing pad and set it. Let's move that back a little bit. Set it on the lowest priority because it's not a big priority. All right, we got 2 fuel refineries going. How are we doing on power? We are, yeah, so we're overexerting ourselves. So let's start with a couple solar panels. Set these to the priority. I think 3 should suffice to start. And now, let's put this guy over here. And we can start thinking about our first water extractor. And we're going to want a wind turbine. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right. We don't want to put it right next. So we'll put it out over here. So like right there. Perfect. And then our dumping site will go right there. And now the pipes. Let's lay some pipes down. So we're going to want to go up to here. There we go. All right. So we'll let this drone commander do its thing over here. We need to get a total of 10 concrete and 3 machine parts. We're going to be short on concrete for a little bit, so we can hold off. Now we also want to get some oxygen, because, you know, people need to breathe. And then we'll set up the oxygen tanks. The city must survive. Wait, wrong game. Yeah, this game though can sometimes feel like that. Not in the sense that events are going to pop up that are super dark and make you feel bad, but this is one of those games where I feel like it starts slow and calm, and it exponentially gets bigger in terms of the problems. And so it's kind of like Frostpunk in the sense that you're going to get to a point where you're just like one bad day away from annihilation.
Sector scanned.
I feel like it's one of those things where the larger the colony gets, the, you know, mo colony, mo problems. That's kind of the way it is with this. We're not really gonna need these to start, but it's worth having them. So we'll start off with 2. So basically, what we got to do is we can send our first rocket. The rocket can hold 12 people, so when we're ready, we'll send our first group of 12 people. They're considered the founders. And so before we can send any more people, they have to survive for a certain period of time, or or somebody like a baby needs to be born on Mars in order to finish the founder stage. So you got to get through the founder stage before you can start sending more people. And those two games came out with like 1 month apart from each other. Oh, this was Surviving Mars and the first Frostpunk? I hadn't realized they came out like around the same time. Interesting. Yeah, we're in like a golden age of colony builders and city builders. I love it. All right, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn off construction on these two things because I need to build up 10 I need to build up 10 concrete to bring over here, because all the concrete right now is going into this, and then eventually we'll go into that. But here we go, we're building up our oxygen supply. Oh, and you know what else we can do since we're at it? Just get that connected. Yeah. Elon Musk is calling now. I considered, you know, naming this some anti-Elon Musk title, but I decided to go more positive. Actually, if you look at the planetary view, oh man, they really put us close. This is their, without, you know, we don't want to get sued for copyright infringement version of SpaceX. So we have the Chinese, the Russians, and the company SpaceY. Normally you're not that close to each other, but we can actually do like diplomacy with these guys and like trade and stuff. All right, so we got, let's move this guy over here. Can continue creating the pipes. We will also want to put a pipe valve over here so that in dust storms, if the pipes break, we don't lose all our water and oxygen. Ah, here we go. Okay. So you put that there. So I want you, oops, to take 10 of that. We don't have 10, but just as much as you can do. We can start bringing resources over there, and soon we'll attack them and claim wars or claim Mars for ourselves. Wait, yeah, exactly, right? We're going to Victoria 3 style send our navies over there to raid them before we land our armies. So there is a every game you can add in like a little story flavor, and so the one I added in for this game that'll start up later. It's called the Last War, and so it's basically we're gonna get a whole sequence of story stuff. Where basically World War III breaks out on Earth, and so we have to deal with the repercussions of that. All right, we're gonna do a very quick 30-second bathroom break, and I will be right back. Very, very quick. And we're back. And we're back. 30 seconds. I don't have Ozzy here to time me. He usually keeps me honest with the timer. Alright. Let me make sure everything is still on the up and up. Yep. Everything's looking good. All right. So, yeah, so we're not getting these guys filled up. These guys right now are only doing one. So we want to get this going so we can start filling up the water tanks. Although, it will help when we get this. So I suppose we can speed up a little bit.
Resources are low.
Yeah. I mean, it's not low. We're just not saving any. Okay. Let's bring... How much concrete did we send over here? Or did they already put it in? 4. So we just need 6.
Research complete.
Nice. Alright, so now we're going after those. I still don't have my apartment complex. Alright. Let's speed it up. And we could probably, just for good measure, add one more solar panel for when the sun comes back up. Excellent. Alright, so empty out our 6. You go back over here. We can turn construction back on.
Sector scanned.
Ah, we got another anomaly. Go get us some tech. Look at this big old crater. Can't wait till we can get our tourists and safari to look at that. That's gonna be good. Oh, now that the sun is up, let's find where our underground entrance is. So there's always 2 on the map. Okay, so there's one right here, incredibly far away. Over here. Okay. So our underground is going to be pretty far away. Usually I try to be near the underground entrance, but I had these 2 resources and I had to go for it. So, we're going to add this to the scanning queue. So that eventually looks like I don't know that. What is that? Let me Google that. Both a mountain and a mine crater from World War One. Oh, I do know this. You know, I just didn't recognize the name. I've seen this many times before. Yeah, it does kind of look like that, right? All right, let's go back to it. Alright. Oh, These guys are filling pretty slow, but whatever. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so we're going to build temporary piping. So that we can start filling up the water tanks. Alright. So we got our maintenance stuff there. Excellent stuff. Oh! We have a rocket ready to leave. Give us a tech boost.
Milestone achieved.
Milestone achieved. Goodbye. All right. There we go. So what are we getting out of this? Six water production, not bad. So these guys, why are they only filling up 2? Oh. Wait. Yeah, I don't really understand why. Oh wait, yeah, I do. I've lived for like 10 years close to it. Big boy, 90 meters wide and 22 meters deep. The explosion of it was the start of the Battle of the Somme. Oh, wow. Oh man, and that's cool. You live close to it. Can't stop me from throwing my Great War knowledge at people. Yeah. Well, once the Great War starts in this game, it'll be like all the other games I stream on here, right? There's always a Great War in it. But yeah, that's really cool. Is it a big, does it get a lot of tourists that go there, or is it more like, you know, if you know it, you go to it? Okay, let's speed up because we're ready to get this dome done. Oh, and I think we're good on power. Looks like we have enough solar panels and everything. You know, we could build one of those lasers. It's going to take power consumption, but it'll protect our infrastructure here. So it is
Research
worth it.
complete.
Alright. If we do this, it'll protect the mine, too. Yeah, let's do that. What's not working? Yeah, I know. Okay, excellent. This is what I was hoping to get. Alright, so now we got this laser that'll protect anything in this surrounding area from any meteors that fall in. We kind of got lucky with an event that gave us that. let's speed it up again. I want to get this dome done with. We just need 8 more concrete. Okay. We're moving right along. Building Martian domes. Gonna send some people to some epic death. But hopefully not. Oh, let's send this guy back. Alright, we've got quite a few... here we go. We got our dome building. It gets a fair amount each year during July with British people coming to do the memory tour or something like that, which is a tour to multiple places of the Great War in the Somme. Yeah, I could see that. Oh, that's cool.
Milestone achieved.
Alright, let's turn it off. Oh yeah, so now we can simplify our pipe life here. And our power cord life. So, you know, I forgot to build this to start with. Okay. Well, poop. We're not gonna have the... We'll just go with the regular housing then for now. I mean, it's actually not bad. We'll do that. So we'll start with that. We'll give the people a gym. We'll start with a metal extractor. We'll power that up. Okay, and then, let's see. God, it's been a while. I gotta remember all this. I always have my dome, at least my initial domes, down to, like, a science. So, yeah. We want an infirmary. An infirmary. A diner. And spacebar. All right.
Sector scanned.
Also in the also in the show Peaky Blinders. Don't know if you saw it, but the main character claims to be the one to have blown up the crater, which of course is not real, but I'll give it a pass. That's funny. No, I know of the show. The show's huge here too. My brother loves it. He would tell me about it all the time. It's one of those shows that's like on my list, but I haven't gotten to. Though it doesn't stop me every now and then from just pulling out a Peaky Blinders. It's just such a satisfying thing to say. Okay, so we're gonna get 12 people. So we're gonna get... Yeah, we'll get this soon enough. So we'll put 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah. So we need 4 botanists, 2 geologists, 2 medics, and then everybody else. So let's get our passenger rocket together. clear it up. We want the age group, adult and youth. We'll start off with no flaws. And then we want, oh yeah, no tourists. The medics are always difficult. Okay. So let's do... So these are always the worst. Alright, great. Yes, youth. That's good. Alright. Oh! Hold on 1 second. The Autobot got you. But I'll allow it. Let's see. Oh yeah, because of the it binged you for the F word. There we go. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you say don't accept the message. Whoops. Whoopsie. I can delete it anyway, right? At least I thought I could. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Oh, wait. Oh, well. Yeah. I got to, That's interesting. I should know just in general, though, how to... Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I can read it. Wait, so, but I shall never give it a pass for claiming that he also fought at Verdun and even sent a letter to Churchill, who also claims to have fought there with multiple other British guys in the room, like, WTF, is that no other nation fought at Verdun? It was solely between French versus Germans. Yeah, I hear you. The kind of, the whole revisionist history type of thing. That is a... That is a problem with historical shows sometimes. Oh, wow, we got a lot of good botanists. Okay, so we only need 4 for right now. Anybody in their youth? Yeah, we'll take you. Okay. Yeah, sexy is good, increases the birth rate. Vegan is always annoying. 3. And 4. There we go. Alright, so we got our 4 botanists. We got our 2 geologists. Perfect. And now, let's see, if we only take youth for that. Alright, there's our initial group. Launch it. Yeah, just do it now. I really liked the show before that scene, and now I'm struggling to come back to it. Real shame. Bad play their screenwriters. Yeah, I know, right? Especially if sorry, getting texts about my wife for child pickup. Yeah, normally I don't get to stream at this time because I have to go pick up my son from school, but my wife was off today, so she can do it and I can stream. Yeah, especially when you're like an historical show like that, you know, you feel like people are gonna know, especially in this day and age. You know, it's not a time where we can't just like look things up. So yeah, it's unfortunate when people take too much liberty with history like that. It's like what was there? Um, I mean, there's a couple movies like that. I'm trying to think. Yeah, like there was a one going back a while ago called Pearl Harbor. That was a Michael Bay movie, so it was like a big action movie. Which I mean, the movie was fine, but it was a little took a little bit of liberties with like what was happening at the time and stuff like that. And I mean, I didn't quite get to the point where I'm like, oh, I can't watch this. Especially since I found out about a lot of the historical inaccuracies after the fact. But it's unfortunate when they do stuff like that. I do like Japan. Let your kid walk home. Oh wait, Japan is one of the safest countries on Earth. That's why it works. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that. Like the incredibly low crime rate there, and incredibly safe. I live in a major city, so yeah, my kids are not walking home on their own. Although at some point, I guess they will. I've heard from parents that have older kids that eventually they do, and it's not that far, but they're definitely not at the age to be doing that yet. Okay. So we're building that. Building that. So we need to get all this stuff built. Oh, okay, the other thing we need to do is... So we're about to turn on a bunch of stuff. It's gonna greatly increase our power supply. So we got to really build up some power infrastructure here. Okay. So let's speed up a little bit. Oh, and while we're at it, let's build ourselves a little bitty park. Because the people like it when they get a little garden to play in. Now, where do we want to build it? Not really right there. I guess at some point maybe we could venture out that way. We'll put it here.
Meteor incoming.
Ooh. Let's see where it is. Oh. Well, we don't care about that. That's all the way over there. Okay. We can turn this off because we don't need to drain the power on it. Oh, and we should put our food storage right here for when the food gets here. Yes, give us parks before everything else. Human priorities. I know, right? That's the thing sometimes with this game where people are like, it's just not fun here. Like when your people's morale gets low, it's like you're in a dome on Mars. Like I can see why maybe the open air gym, you need people to exercise to stay healthy. But we need to waste our limited building space. Yes, we got our farm. That is one of the big ones we needed. So we'll build that. Over here. All right. Wow. These guys are not maintaining the buildings very quick. Yeah, why are you... Sometimes the AI in the game on the drones gets a little wonky. There's no reason why this guy should just be chilling while the drone hub definitely needs some maintenance. Alright, so we got our people here. Let's wait for that to build. Actually, let's wait for this to build, and then we'll let them land. So they can orbit in space for 118 hours before they all die. So we'll leave them up there for a little bit. Alright, so we just need to get the farm built, and then we'll bring everybody down.
Anomaly found.
Alright, water tanks are full, oxygen is full, perfect. We are almost ready. I mean, I could probably land before the farm is done. I mean, it's not like vital, but you know, makes me feel better. It gives me the warm and fuzzies inside. And that's why you build a colony game on Mars, to get the warm and fuzzies inside. Alright, once they start the building process, we'll land. Here we go. Oh, nope, that concrete's going elsewhere. There we go. Alright. So let's slow it down. Let's land the rocket. Turn on the dome. Turn on all these buildings. One, two, three, four. We'll start off with that. And then we'll do soybeans. And potatoes. Oh, actually, no, sorry. We're not going to do that. We're just going to do... we'll alternate soybeans and wheat until the soil quality is up. All right. We've got our founders.
Research complete.
Full of hope and determination, the first founders have set foot on the Red Planet.
The next 10 sols will be full of difficulties and dangers, but also with great promises and opportunities. It is now to us. Oh, look at that. I've never noticed this typo in here. It is now to us to provide that. It is now to us to prove that Mars can be a doorway to greater riches and the future of the human civilization. Even the most epic adventures begin with a single step. Yep. All right.
Milestone achieved.
And we were the first one. Take that, Space Y. So there's our little people. Alright. You know, the game also, thanks to French Guiana, we have the best spaceport on Earth because it's placed so close to the Earth's equator. So since the Earth is spinning, it gives a launch boost to the rockets. Oh, interesting. I didn't know they had a spaceport there. That's really cool. Is that specifically one for France, or is it for like the European Space Agency, but like built by France? Because I don't know how the European Space Agency worked. Do all like the major European countries just all work out of that organization, or does each country have their own like space organization that contributes to that? I've never actually looked up how those organizations work. Because I know there's the European Space Agency. Oop, nope, didn't want to do that. How do I forget. I don't know the camera controls on the PC here. I've played this so much on the Mac. There's a way to move the camera around. Ah, F and G, that's how. There we go. Let's take a look at it. It's also called Europe Spaceport. Ah, I see. Okay. Yeah, look at this. I just love this game. Look at how beautiful that looks. I want to live in this dome. Also gives you a context for the size of everything here, like those solar panels and these little drone guys.
Sector scanned. All right, back to business. It's missing the big generator there. Yeah, right? Yeah, someone should make a mod. Space punk. I guess that's an actual term, but space punk, where we just put the generator there and build out. We have to search for coal on Mars. All right. Oh yeah, I forgot. So we can upgrade these guys, get us a little bit more water. All right, so we're good on things. These drones are not maintaining stuff very efficiently. Oh, we've got our second landing pad. Frostpunk 3, we go to Mars and fix the sun. I know, right? That'll be... I do wonder, like, where the expansion of the story, like the narrative of the story from Frostpunk 1 to Frostpunk 2, I thought was great. And so logical. Like, yeah, of course, that's where we go. But I was thinking the other day, like, yeah, so Frostpunk 3, where do you go from there? I wonder how they expand the story out from there. Which, and I'm obviously, I know you can do. I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying it like, oh, you can't. But I really don't know where you would go from there. Maybe like different places in the world, you know. Get out of Britain. Even though it's not in Britain, but get, you know, the British people. Even though we do get some other nationalities in the first game, like Tesla City. But first we need to see what every DLCs will be. Oh yeah, to know for sure if another sequel would happen. Because of course right now it's too soon to say. Yeah, I know, right? This is going to be an exciting year for Frostpunk. With all the DLC and updates and stuff like that. I'm really excited for it. Gonna be doing a lot of Frostpunk streaming. I want to find time in my schedule to add another day of Frostpunk in. I was thinking too for one of my Friday night Frostpunks to do the first Frostpunk. But I'm just so into the second one right now. That is like a more of a long-term goal. All right. So now we need to wait 9 sols, 13 hours before we can bring more people in, or have somebody have a baby. And so we got to keep like morale high, and everybody will have sex with each other, I guess. Oh, hello there. Maddie Sun 0987, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Welcome in. Ah, yes, I see. I got excited there for a moment. But I'll take the follow and kick. All right. So I see we're not really getting to a point where we're getting this fully recharged. So we could probably use another row. Yeah. So we need another row of solar panels. Because I think eventually we'll have a net loss. Ooh, you know, I did kind of goof here. I forgot. We're gonna run into... I shouldn't have put all those solar panels there. So, this object... has the two like circles around it, or whatever you call that object around it. So the blue one, the resource needs to be within that, and then the outer one, this is how much the perimeter that it'll kick out dust, and anything within that perimeter is going to need to be maintained quicker. So these solar panels that fall in there will need metals more often, which could hamper our metal production. Now, we can't really build it yet, so we don't need to worry too much about it. Oh, we can get rid of this thing. That was just a temporary power source. I have imagined how a Snowpiercer DLC would work, and I came up with it. It takes place on a big map with preset train rails, with a train that needs to be moving to survive. And if it stops, it's like when you turn the generator off, you can build train rails to go to certain places to have better climate. You know, if it's cold here, let's move there. It's a bit warmer, and you can have settlements and train stations to restock thanks to the settlements. It would be really great and interesting, I think. It works with what they did with the sequel already, where it really wouldn't really have worked for the first game. Yeah, that is a really cool... That's a really cool DLC idea, to be honest with you. Man, I bet you somebody could make a mod like that. Because it's amazing how much people can change the games with a mod. Because I know, like, Victoria 3, like, there's a mod that puts the whole game in the Cold War era and just completely changes it up. So I'm sure, and I know Frostpunk 2 can be modded. So there's got to be something like that you can create. There is a game that who the model of the game could kind of fit into that. I think it's called like Last Train Home, and I bought it and I haven't gotten into it. I need to sit down and really learn it. But basically, it's like the end of I think it's World War One. It's World War One or World War Two, but I think it's the first one. And you're a bunch of Czech soldiers, and you're trying to get home.
Resources are
And so you
low.
have this train, and you're trying to get home, but you're going through like this like. Oh yeah, of course you know this game. Yeah, okay, there we go. Here I'm game-splaining to you. Yeah, so the whole mechanic of that game where you build up, where the train is kind of like your colony. If you could combine that but put it in the base game of Frostpunk or Frostpunk 2, that could kind of be your DLC right there. I don't know how that would work. I am not somebody who can mod. I've never attempted it. But that's cool. I like that idea. Get on the Frostpunk Reddit. Be like, I need a modder. I got an idea and I need a modder. Oh, okay, let's speed it up here. Oh, I forgot. Yeah. What did we get research-wise? We got... Oh yeah, drones are going faster now. Okay, that's good. Sure, I'll think about putting it on Reddit. Maybe the devs will see it and be like, "You're hired." Yeah, there you go. Good way to get a job. I'd heard about that in some game. It was one of the Paradox games. I can't remember who, but they were like a big modder. And so the dev team ended up hiring them, and they're now like working on some of the DLCs for the game.
Resources are
I can't
low.
remember which one it was. Maybe it was Victoria 3, but it's one of the Paradox games. Which is kind of a cool idea to think of. You make such great mods that they just hire you to make the DLC. Alright.
Milestone achieved.
We produced food! Go us. Go us. We made food. We made food. Alright. Alright, let's slow down for a second here. Ooh, you know... Okay. I knew this was an issue. I really should have made the rare metals first, because there's still a lot of metal to go get. And the rare metals you can sell. Yeah, here we go. I can place it right here. And there's really only one. Which way do I want to face it? There we go. Yeah, one solar panel it's going to hit.
Sector scanned.
So I think we'll build this. And we'll turn this off. We can collect metals from around the world here. And start building up our rare metals to get some more money. How are we doing on this? Okay. There we go. I know the guy that made YouTube videos called Astartes about Warhammer. It was so well made, they hired him, and now Astartes 2 is in the making with a teaser that dropped not too long ago. Really awesome work. Yeah, wow, that's cool. I think that's like the modder's dream, right? Your mods are so good, the game just hires you to make stuff for their game. I think about that with like some of the Victoria 3 people that make the tutorials, and if you go to like on Victoria 3's site, they're like, if you want to learn how to play this game, go to these YouTube people, because they're like, yeah, we're not making this. There's enough of it out there already. Oh, here we go. So when this turns on, we'll switch over to that. Okay. Turn that off. Oop. Turn that on. There we go. All right. So get us some rare metals. And in the meantime, we don't have a lot of money, but we are going to need more stuff. Well, I suppose we can wait. So we might get some funding shortly. I don't want to waste a rocket. All right. So we're doing okay. I know I could focus a little more on comfort to try to, or morale, I mean, comfort and morale here, so that we get a baby quickly. I suppose we could do that. Ooh, nice. Okay. There's not much we can build that's not going to require people. Ooh, although I forgot. The whole point of taking the psychologist as our starting thing so that we can build this. Alright, yeah. Let's do it. It's going to take a lot of our polymers, but we're gonna get some more in a moment. Let's see. So when we get out of the founder stage, let's plan it out. What are we going to do? We're going to build the apartment complex. So we got 28 more people. We'll fill up the rest of these. So that would be like 6. Well, so that's 6 there, 8 here. That's 14. So that's one I call shipment of people. So I'll have 14 more. So about Frostpunk, people need to remember that the first game came out without survivor mode. The new maps, decoration buildings on endless modes, the big storage building, photo mode, consoles port, last autumn DLC, on the edge DLC, the builders mode on endless with variants of settlements and dangers. Oh, and also the buildings didn't have variations. Yeah, I feel like that with most games actually. I find especially Paradox games, but city builders are just, I think, on this list completely too, that the games get updated and added, and when you compare one generation of game to the next one, so take like Frostpunk 1 to Frostpunk 2. Oh man, hold on, I goofed. I should have just done this sooner. I forgot about the dust storms. I don't think a rocket's gonna get here in time. So, yeah, we're just gonna have to suffer through that. Here we go. Yeah, I could have done better with that. Dust storms incoming. Yeah, you can't really compare a completed game to one that's still in its life cycle. You know, like people do that with Victoria 3. You'd be like, well, Victoria 2 was much better. And I'm like, well, Victoria 2 is done. It's completed. And Victoria 3 is still in its life cycle. You're still releasing DLC and all this stuff. So same thing with like Frostpunk 2. The game literally released less than a year ago. It hasn't even had the first DLC. So in terms of like which one is better, I think it's kind of a useless argument. It would be like this game, you know, if they ever release Surviving Mars 2, which I've heard there might not ever be because of some dramas in the company. But whenever Surviving Mars 2 releases, I'm sure initial reactions will be like, oh, the first one was much better, but it wouldn't really be a fair comparison. This game is kind of complete at this moment. And whatever that game would be would still be updating. Now, of course, there's always the counter to that argument that, like, well, don't release an incomplete game and charge us money for it. And so that is a valid point.
Meteor incoming.
Oh boy, hello. I'll go fix it. Wait, hold on. Oh man, it completely destroyed it. Poop-a-doops. Alright. And then come back over here. Alright, so now I need to remember, since we now switched to getting the rare metals, we gotta send this little guy out here to go get us even more metals. That being said, the DLCs The Last Autumn and On the Edge came out in the span of 7 months. We'll see how it'll be for the sequel, since the first DLC comes out in autumn 2025, and the second DLC only says 2025. Yeah, I know, right? It kind of seems like the first one, the second DLC. I just kind of feel like might not come out in 2025, or it'll be like December 30th, 2025. Ooh, okay. So we want to get this. It would have been very helpful had I sent a rocket earlier, but we'll have to wait for that. I feel like there's not going to be any more DLC for this game, unfortunately.
Resources are low.
They just recently announced there's going to be a VR game released, and I'm pretty excited about it, to be honest with you. But I saw some people online saying, like, why are you going to release this VR thing when, you know, we need what about the next update or DLC to this game? And I mean, this game is, I think, about 7 years old now at this point. I could be wrong. I don't know the exact number, but it's around there. I would hope at this point in time they're starting to think about Surviving Mars 2. And to me, releasing this like VR thing, to me, is kind of a sign that, yeah, we're not really releasing any more DLC for Surviving Mars, which means they might be thinking about Surviving Mars 2. The only problem is I had read somewhere a while back that the company that made this game, Haemimont Games, they, I don't know, didn't end up having a good relationship with Paradox. And so now they're not really working with Paradox anymore. And so that's why something's not going to come out. Like, when the last big DLC, Below and Beyond, came out, I remember, oh man, the game, It's a great DLC, and it's great to get now. The day it was released, though, it literally like it broke the game. Like I had to go for like a week. Maybe it wasn't a week. Maybe it was like 4 days, 5 days, where the game couldn't even launch if you had the DLC in, and then a bunch of like images were missing from it and everything. And so it's fun, whatever. Like things get messed up on release. But I found it interesting that I went to the Paradox forum to say like, oh hey, there's these glitches in the game. What's going on? What's the status? And their basic response was like, well, we don't make this game. And I was like, you don't? Why is there a big old Paradox logo in the beginning of it when it gets released, or when you start the game up? And so eventually it all got fixed. But I've always thought that was interesting, and not a good sign for Surviving Mars 2. But I hope I'm wrong. Yeah, I don't mind it coming later if it means more polishing it. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Like, why not? Why not wait a little bit? Especially if a DLC is going to be released in the autumn. We're still going to be working our way through that other DLC. Alright, we can turn these off during this dust storm. We don't need it. We don't need 2 concrete extractors during the dust storm. We can open these guys up. Now, how are we doing? Alright, minus 1.5. I think we're doing pretty good there. I mean, we could also turn this concrete extractor off. We don't necessarily need it. Right. Either way, I hope there's more Surviving Mars in the future. But I am excited for the VR one coming out. Why not? Although I have a Meta Quest, so I guess that's why that's why I'm excited for it. If I didn't have a VR headset, then maybe I would be like, well, that sucks. And maybe I'll stream that. I've thought about the idea of streaming a VR game. I know you can do it, but it just seems like such an odd thing. I don't know how you look at chat during it, that whole thing. There's the funding I was waiting for. Well, you know what? Then what we're going to do is we'll send the rocket now. Yeah, this is what we'll do with that. Oh, is that what people do? It's on your wrist? That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. I would also want to have the webcam up, just to show me in the room, just kind of moving around like this.
Building a new home on an alien world, that takes guts, to say the least.
After all, purpose is the strongest long-term driver. Since arriving on Mars, Clayton Trenton's enthusiasm has proven to be above average, even by founder norms, and the prodigious productivity displayed can be boiled down to one simple explanation. Clayton Trenton really loves doing what Clayton Trenton's doing. The founder, Clayton Trenton, has the enthusiast trait. Awesome. Good for him. Alright, we can speed this up a little bit. Just a tad. Alright. Building's not working. Yeah, we know about that. Oh, alright. Well, let's speed through this little dust storm we got here.
Resources are low.
How come nobody's having sex? Yeah, I mean, I could build... I know I didn't build the, I feel like this is always the trade-off in the founder stage. So if you build one of the stores, so like the... where is it? The art store or the electronics store, it's a good way to get morale up, and then you can get through the founder stage quicker. But it's also a drain on resources. Like, so the art store uses a polymer, the electronics store uses an electronic, and those resources are, I think, are more valuable than having the founder stage end quicker. But maybe not. But I feel like I've played the game so much where I try to get through the founder stage as quickly as possible, and I find not jumping into those stores quickly is pretty good. The essential strategy I have here is, so this will be our mining dome. So we'll fill this out when we're done, and then the next dome we'll build out this way. Oop, hold on. Where's the leak? Where's the leak? Okay. And that's why we got the valve right here. Although I was an idiot and didn't send any metal over there. Because I'm an idiot. Oh. And they didn't use all that stuff. Okay. So let's take 10 metal. Let's dump it out. Pick up the concrete. There you go. Alright, and let's bring that concrete back over here since we're not using it. How's our farm doing? Alright, moving along. Alright, somebody's fixing the leak. We got plenty of time on the resources there. Oh yeah, so yeah, which way do I want to go out to? Yeah, I think I generally want to go out in this direction. We got metal here, we got rare metals here. Eventually we can create a tourist dome over here. And so the next dome will start to become a production dome, with the first thing being polymers. Although we might be able to fit some polymer production here. We got the high rise. Okay. Productivity, subsurface heating. Let's go with the subsurface heating first. We're playing with fire on that one. And then yeah, we'll do that because we do need to start building. We need to start diversifying the power grid here. All right. Oh, let's turn this back on. All right. Yeah, so we're moving right along. I do want to get the underground built. Where are we on that? All right, let's get to that first. I don't need I want to get, yeah, 1 and 2, and then we'll do... Although this is going to be a tough place for the... This is going to be tough for the drones to get to. Where is it? Over here. They got some rocky terrain to go around to get back to our little colony. Poor little dronesies. They're going to have their little rudders all messed up. All right. I have to say, though, after what I said about taking the founder stage slowly, I hope it doesn't go the whole time. I suppose I could open an electronics factory since we're not using those as much, but we could build... Okay. So let's see. Okay, let's count out the people. So we're going to need 8.
Resources are low.
We're not low on water. What are you talking about? 8 and 6. So that's 14. 15, 16. 17, 18. 19, 20. So that'll leave us 4 more. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm stopping because I was like, oh, could we build a small electronics factory and an electronics store? We're not going to have enough people for that. Unless we build another house there. So in terms of the electronics store, we just need 2. Yeah, actually we could do that. So we could
Sector
buy the
scan.
prefab. I think that's what we'll do. So we build... Because we're not going to have enough people to start the polymer factory here. Oh, whoops. I do want that built. Or we just get our research facility in there. That might actually be the better thing to do. All right, let's slow down. Our dust storm is done. Dust storm is done and dusted. Let's, we don't need as much fuel right now. Let's let the water tanks fill back up and then we'll turn them back on. Oh, let's turn these guys off. Or not off, but close them up. Let's land our rocket. And we got 6 rare metals to sell. Excellent. Good work, guys. Good work.
Resources are low.
The farm is farming. You know, I took it away, but we'll add the wheat in there just to get a quick addition of food. Yeah, so I could try to build electronics store, electronics factory, like a small electronics factory, because it's a dome that's going to have the rare metals. Oh, but yeah, that won't give me enough room to build an additional house. So yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll put the research facility here and put an additional house just to fill out the research. That's what we'll do. Oh, we haven't saved in a while. Oh, you can see Emperor Renard going back to the beginning of our chat. I have here one that I saved as the Martian. So online somebody looked up what are the exact coordinates of where Mark Watney landed, and you put them into the game. And so this is supposed to be generally where he was. And then try to do the... It's like a super Mark Watney achievement. Yeah. I didn't quite do it. It's a really difficult spot because you get cold waves so much. Cold waves are a very difficult element of the game. I try to limit my exposure to them. But if you're looking for a challenge, you do something with a ton of cold waves to it. That'll be the Frostpunk version of this game. Do something where you just have like massive cold waves constantly. Alright. Oh yeah, and let's turn on the rare metals so we get those out of there. Obviously, Matt Damon couldn't land on a better place. Yeah, I know, right? The landing spot was above his pay grade. Yeah, one of these days I'll try a run in this game with some of the landmarks that they put in. Like they have like the Pathfinder site, and like Olympus Mons and all that. What sucks is they're not really ideal places game-wise in terms of resources and stuff like that, so it is kind of difficult. Then at some point we're gonna start the whole terraforming process. We haven't gotten to the first tech for it yet. Which is why, yeah, we'll do the research facility. We need to start getting through the tech faster. All right. All right, so this can take off. We could also wait until we get more rare metals on it. Oh, why does it say... Oh, I was like, why is this thing not producing anything? God, that's because these guys are off. Well, let's turn them back on. We can store up a bunch of fuel. Why not? I know we could conserve the power, but... I suppose, yeah, we don't need a lot, so we'll just have these guys turn off at night. We don't need... we're not hurting for power at the moment. Alright, how much more time until this person's out of here? Ah, subsurface heating. Okay. So we should get that built. Because you don't need it until you need it. So we definitely want it to have this stuff in there. I generally like to have the drone hub in there, but I mean, we can expand it out. Yeah, we could put it like this. Yeah, let's do that. It's gonna be tough though to get pipes and everything over here. And then some power. Alright, so we'll get it built and then turn it the hell off. So we don't need it on right now. Yeah, I guess we're gonna go the distance on the phase here. Alright, we're at the 2-hour mark, so I'm gonna take a very, very quick 30-second bathroom break. I will be right back. 30 seconds. Alright, I'm back. Apologies, that was more than 30 seconds. I got accosted by kids. My kids are home from school now and had to give hugs and kisses all around. Oh, Emperor Reynard. The Wi-Fi is messing up. Well, hopefully it doesn't mess up too much so you can stick around. Alright. How's my Wi-Fi going? Ew. Not great. Let's check all the other connections. Haven't looked at them in a while.
Resources are low.
Alright. Everything seems to be on the up and up. Alright. So, the rocket, I suppose we'll send it off once we actually need something. Alright, we're okay with food. So we're okay with everything that we absolutely need. Oop. Except for this thing.
Sector scanned.
Ooh, anomalies found. Oh, yep, there we go. So we can finally get that going. Oh, and that dust devil is already gone. Excellent. Oh, you know, I forgot. Let's get these out of here first. I forgot, we want to go get these resources. Forgot about that. We were waiting for the dust storm to end. So let's go get those resources. Ooh, we have a power problem. Okay. So time to diversify our bonds here. And now I'm going to build this in here because we got the laser. So I want to keep power infrastructure protected. So let's put this. Let's build 2 of these guys. We are researching the blades, right? Yeah. Oh. And why don't we get that discovered? Alright, hopefully we get something good on these resources. Let's go out and get more metals. Because you can never have too many metals when you're on Mars. Know what I'm saying? You know, I just realized too, I'm wearing an orange shirt. This is totally on accident. I'm not, isn't for the, for the stream.
It's a rough life here on Mars. You can't prepare for addiction.
Despite the great lengths we go through to make it seem safe and as close as possible to home, one's mind is never too far from the dangers that the privilege of being an interplanetary pioneer carries. We all find our own ways to cope with the pressure. Madison Dean finds it in the bottle. The founder, Madison Dean, is now an alcoholic. Alcohol is not the answer. Please. I would be drinking if I was living on in a dome on Mars. Are you kidding me? I'd be like, there better be some alcohol when we get there, or I'm not going. You gotta live with the constant threat of death, and you just gotta sit and think about it all the time? Nope. No, thank you. I guess that's why they wouldn't send me to Mars. That's the only reason. That's the only reason why they wouldn't send me to Mars. Oh god, among tons of other reasons, all the health reasons. But who would handle the video game streaming on Mars? That's an essential part of any colony. Alright, I think that's good for now. Oh. Oh yeah, that's right. I was like, where did the people go? Oh boy.
Anomaly analyzed.
Thank you to everybody watching. Very much appreciated. We're getting metals. Why couldn't it be polymers? Yeah, thank you to everybody watching. It's awesome. I'm glad so many people are still interested in surviving Mars. I think I'm going to start streaming this more often. It's a game I've played a lot, but the first time I've ever streamed. So If you're interested in seeing more of it, possibly give me a follow and you'll get alerted when I come back on and do it. I generally like to play colony builders, so I do a lot of Frostpunk 2, Victoria 3, occasionally some Crusader Kings 3. But I think I'm gonna carve out a day in the schedule for some Surviving Mars, because after that announcement of the upcoming VR game that they're releasing, it got Surviving Mars back in my head, and I'm like, I love this game. I said at the beginning of the stream, I call this my comfort game. Usually when I'm like in between games, I'm not really sure what I want to play or embark on, I can always load up Surviving Mars and just have myself a good old colony time.
Research complete.
Ah, there we go.
Milestone achieved.
People are finally having babies.
For the first time, a human has been born on Mars. It's truly a unique miracle.
The colonists have always felt like a family, but what makes the family stronger and more united is the promise of new life and better future. We have truly been blessed with a rewarding responsibility to carry the torch of hope. Let this blooming of life serve as a symbol for all humans. Mars is no longer a dead world. Haha, there we go. And the underground. We discovered a deep pit that connects to a network of caverns and lava tubes. Our initial scans show some odd readings. We should be able to build an elevator to get vehicles and resources down. The low gravity on Mars allows for much larger lava tubes and caverns than on Earth. Inside, the temperatures are a lot less extreme than they provide Inside, the temperatures are a lot less extreme and they provide protection from hazards on the surface. Because of this, researchers believe life on Mars, if it exists at all, will most likely be found in the underground. The pit is big enough to send an RC Explorer down, however, it's a one-way trip for now. No, let's research the elevator first. Alright. Well, we don't need to waste... So, let's build ourselves... Oh wait, before we build, what do we need? We need 8... Okay, so we need... The first thing we need is just a passenger rocket of geologists. So, let's say we turn off tourists, we turn off seniors and middle-aged people. How many geologists does that give us? 6. If we turn on middle-aged, what does that give us? 8. Okay. So we'll take the 8. And then filter out all the flaws and take no specializations. There we go. Launch that rocket. And then, so that was 12. We'll need 2 more. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So that'll be 6. Oh, perfect. And then 6 researchers. Cold machines. Several colonists were injured today. The severity of their injuries varying in accidents that all involve drones. Because the time frame in which the accidents happened was rather small, the ensuing quick investigation found software corruption in all the involved drones. Corruption, our engineers can say, only happened if their system was hacked. Although an obvious act of sabotage, we can't prove who is to blame precisely. What we can do is raise the issue of earthly judicial bodies, which will probably hinder all of our rivals, not just the guilty ones, operations for a short time. Yeah, I mean, I've never really understood what the benefit is to hindering the other colonies. So I guess I don't want to lose standing with them. We'll do that. I mean, it sucks that they're messing with me, but... Okay. So, now we want another rocket. So how many more medics do we have? There's never enough medics. Yeah, 4. So we only want 2 of them. We have a youth. Definitely take that person. Middle-aged. Whiner, melancholic. So we don't need that one. Hippie, fit, lazy. Hippie, melancholic whiner. So we'll take that one. Now... I wonder if we do no flaws, since we haven't pulled from the pool of scientists yet. Ah, 4 of them. Excellent. And now... So let's just filter the bottom ones, see what we get. We also don't want coward or glutton. There we go. Adult, youth, workaholic, composed, alcoholic. We'll take that. Gambler. Take the gambler, because we're not going to have a casino in here for a while. Alright, and now... just add in the rest, no specialization. And let's build a research lab. And we'll go out that way, so we want to build it here. Yeah, this looks good enough, just like that. Okay. Yeah, this useless thing. So that leaves us how many drones? 13. We still have the... oh, we only have 1. Honestly, we could just leave 1 right here. We don't need all 4. Although, in general, we're going to need more in a little bit. Alright. Chair keeps falling away from me. My room is on a... the floors are uneven, so my chair is constantly falling away from me here. Oh, you know, yeah, that's right. We got 6 drones here. Alright, I suppose get the metal off of there. Start loading up the rare metals. We'll send that back. Just get some money. Alright. Yeah, I think we'll send these rare metals, and we'll use one of our free supply pods. Well, we don't even need to use the free supply pod, but... we'll use this money to buy more drones, because we're going to want to put drones in the underground. Oh, let's save. And speed up. Alright, so when this finishes, we're going to turn it off. Yeah, we're about to get a bunch of people in the sanatorium. There's a bunch of people with problems, bringing their drama to Mars. So, this will finish out... this dome. And so we want to start thinking about the next dome, which will be over here. So I like to play where I connect the domes, at least at the beginning. And then eventually, you know, branch out and all of that, but I like to keep them connected for as long as I can. So we're up to 45 food. Okay. Oh! I forgot to add 2 more botanists. Well, I could add 2 botanists and 2 researchers. Oh, and actually, I could add 3 researchers. Yeah, let's turn off births for a moment. So I'll build another house, and I can do 2 botanists and 3 more researchers when we get that rocket back there. So let's... And that'll give us 4 more building spots, and that'll finish out this dome. Excellent. Excellent. All right.
Research complete.
All right. We got... Let's slow down for a minute. So we got the underground ready. What are we researching now? Fuel compression. Scientists and botanists. Let's bump that to the top. Let's do that and that. Fuel compression. It's actually pretty low on my list of priorities at the moment. We'll do this, and then we'll start the asteroid lander. Alright, so let me remind myself what we need for this. 80, yeah, we have that. 20 metal, okay, yeah. So we're gonna need more machine parts. You know, okay, so before I build the underground, I should actually get my next dome going, because we really need to start producing materials, and the underground, though is nice, is not going to get us to that. Alright. But now we have our metals extractor going, so that's good. Oh, and then we got the other one here. Now, I do need to be mindful of our power consumption here, though it seems to be pretty okay. Pretty okay. How far out will this take us? Oh, that's pretty good, actually. So we can go...
New colonists have arrived.
all the way over here. All right. That's good. New colonists are arriving. Oh my god.
New colonists have arrived.
Alright. Yeah, so we'll just turn off one whole work shift in the metals extractor since all of our geologists are just all messed up. Alright, we got that. We got that. Everything seems to have their people. How though are we missing? You know, whatever. I forget what the dynamic was. All right.
Sector scanned.
So now, 80, 20, and 10. So we're going to be over here. I want to set it up. Ooh, right on the edge. But let's space it out. Yeah, too far. So I think it was like... Alright, so we want to be right here. Yeah, there we go. That should be good. I wish it was like one more spot up. This is so ridiculous of me right now, but... Oh, that's fine. Perfect. Alright, that'll be where it goes. And that puts us in a perfect spot right there. We'll make our... senior home down here. How many old people do we have? Okay, none yet, but we have 3 in middle age, so we got time. Alright, so first things first, polymers. Yeah, we don't have the machine factory up there yet. So this rocket, when it gets there, will send resources. This one will get there next. We'll send the final people for that. And then that third one, do we want to do any of these? Ooh, 5 medics. We only have 4. 3 engineers, new technologies. We don't have any engineers yet. New technologies. Okay. So we'll send this last one, Pegasus 1. And this one's ready to go, but it doesn't have... Wait, why does it... Is that all the rare metals we got? Okay, we'll keep this one here right now. Oh, we get more rare metals in there.
Funding received.
Ah, okay, we got good money, good money. We've got ourselves some good money, good money. Ah, okay, it's there. So let's get some resources. Yeah, I think this is good. Yeah, we'll just send this back for now. Because we need that to get there, so we can bring the rest of the people we need here. Look at that, we're getting some good research now. Such a funny thing about this game that your colony on Mars doesn't make much sense at the beginning in your founder stage to send scientists. They're always in the second wave. But c'est la vie, that is what it is. What do I have here? Oh yeah, I got another laser, that's right. So we'll save that one. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Well, not in the laser zone. It's not in the laser zone. Which means it's in the danger zone. Apologies for that. That was awful. All right. So these two gonna be out at some point. Ooh, look at that, and it's got high yield. That'll be our next one. And we'll just have to ship it.
Research complete.
Systemic training. Scientists and botanists. So what are we researching now? Alright. Martian vegetation. We can finally begin the terraforming process. Power seems to be okay. Always good when power is okay.
Anomaly analyzed.
There's more to the barren environs
All
of the
right.
planet than meets the eye. A veritable...
So, extractor amplification. Ah, yes. This one we want. And we want it next. Yeah, and then maybe smart home eventually. Microgravity medicine. We might move to that one next, so we can build a spire there for the med bay. How are we doing on these resources? Pretty good. Pretty good. All right, moving right along, being all fancy and free. Everybody loves you when you're a Martian bee. Didn't quite think that one through. Oh, this one's very high. Well, don't quite need it where it is. Wow, that one's almost done. Okay. Alright. Let's connect these. And now Are we going to have enough water? Yeah, we can produce more there. So this is the one we're going to expand that way. So we'll build the first housing right here. And the polymer factory here. Oh, you know. Yeah, we don't want that there. Ooh, you know. Poops. I did not think of that. Well, this guy's going to be done soon. It's going to be shooting dust onto my dome and making me fix it every 2 seconds. That's okay. Alright, so we can put this guy here. Now, I need to slow down on the building, because I always go gung-ho when I can, and put myself into these resource problems. So why don't we turn off construction here? And now, since we'll have the polymer factory, we'll build the art store. We'll put a little pond in there, because the people like it. And then... So we're going to have one, and that leaves 2. We're going to need 2 housing things. So yeah, I don't think we're going to do the full-on electronics factory in this. But we can do the small one. What's this? Okay. Oh. We got drones here. These guys here. Oh, actually, no. We don't have any more drones here. You go over there. Okay. And you know what? Since we have the farm over there, we'll just do a hydroponic farm here. Or, yeah, we do the outside one. But I need to count up the workers. I need to count up the workers.
Funding received.
Yeah. Okay. So let's look at the buildings list here. The wiki isn't going to tell me. Yeah, it's not going to tell me how many employees it means. Oh, here it is. Workers per shift. Here we go. So, remind me, what does the machine parts need? 5 per shift. So we're going to need 10 for that. We're going to need 12 for that. So that's 22. And then 2. Okay, so one of these buildings will handle us a machine factory, machine parts factory, polymer factory, and this. So then, if we want the small... the small electronics factory.
Sector scanned.
And you know, I just remembered, it would be nice to have the school. But where can we put that? Yeah, we're not going to be able to put a school in this one. Well, yeah. Okay, I'll hold off on the school. So the, does it really not have the small electronics factory in there? Okay. Well, I can figure that out another time. So we can have another 24 people. What would we build in it? Or we could build a regular residence and have 14. Oh, you know, yeah, I forgot too, the amphitheater. The amphitheater down there. We'll hold off on it. Okay, so we could do over here a grocery store, the hydroponic farm, and then one last one. Yeah, I suppose we could just do like another space bar. It won't hurt. Or we could do the electronics store. But this is going to consume so much, and we're not going to have the whole full-on factory yet. So then, so we're going to want to go down that way. So we'll keep this one open. Over here, that, and then the machine parts factory go there when we buy it. Okay, so that's pretty good. So what do we want to open up first? Maybe the hydroponic farm. That'll be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we could do the initial 5 in there. That's what we'll do. Yep. That's what we'll do. Excellent plan, if I do say so myself. And I do. Oh, and now we can build this little thing. Oh, let's save. Haven't saved in a while. Alright, now we can speed up a little bit. Alright, what are we doing with these guys? Is this one? Yeah. Now we're gonna need a bunch more energy infrastructure. So, where to build that? I suppose we can start it now. So we'll start off with a battery and this stuff because we don't actually have the machine parts factory built yet. So we can't, I don't want to lean too heavily into our machine parts. What are these domes called? What do they name them? Jefferson 1?
Research complete.
Oppenheimer 1? Alright. Can start doing this. So it'd be perfect to have like right here. And let's get some seeds. But we don't have... We can't do it. I'll add some seeds there. Alright, we'll start doing that now. And now. And the wheat. There we go. Alright, yeah, we also need more drones. We could do that right now. Ugh, that's it? No. Yeah, we need more money. Why are they... Yeah, the... Oh, man. Okay. Okay. Alright, okay, alright. Oh, we can speed that up a little bit. Well, now. Whoa, wait. How did we end up? Good lordy lord. No, no, no. We don't need that many over there. Yeah, we just need the one over there. And how are they doing this? They have 1.5. So they could probably do with another 5. I should probably put a resource bin there, but it just seems like a waste. Since we only have 2 things that are going to be there. What is this sound up here? who's ready to go? All right, go ahead. Yeah, get the money for these 13 rare metals. That's excellent. Alright, we got our little rampy ramp there.
Research complete.
The Earth-Mars Initiative. Perfection. Low-G turbines. We should add some stuff on there. Oh yeah, always add that after the Micro-G landers. Oh. This is actually very important. We'll add that up there next. Yeah, so let's start building. And we'll hold off on these two things. This will be a lower priority. So we don't even have the seeds yet. Oh, and you know, we need another food depot here. There we go.
Sector scanned.
Yeah, we do still need more drones. What are they loading onto this? Oh yeah, just that. Oh yeah, well I can send I forgot. So we need 2. How many? So we got 5. 2 there, 3 here. Oh, why? Oh, that's the home, yeah. So 2 botanists, 3 scientists. Okay, so let's get rid of the flaws. Really? That still gives us 8 botanists? Alright, let's take... Yeah, if we can get youth, there we go. Alright, and now we want 3 scientists. Ooh, okay, gives us 2. Let's take out Glutton and Coward. There we go. Alright, take one of these guys. We'll take the Youth, Survivor, and Coward. There we go. This guy can go home. God, the whole trade route system in this, it's never... Oh, wait. Yeah, like, I'm not going to send you food for metal. It's so ridiculous. They're never good. Oh. Whoa, turn that off. Didn't realize that was done already. Let's speed this up. Oh, man. This chair is getting uncomfortable. Alright. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ozzy! Hey, how are you, my friend? Oh, too bad you just caught me now. I'm about to end in like 2 minutes. I'm sorry. And you missed Emperor Renard. He was in here before too. How are you? How was your weekend? Also, I'm terrible because I split my drink on my keyboard. Oh, oh no, that sucks. Oh man. Well, I'm gonna be back on in what time is it right now? Like 4:40. So in about it's 8:30 my time. So in about 4 hours, I guess. A little less than that.
Approaching.
Oh, about 4 hours, so maybe about 3.5 hours. I'll be back on with some Victoria 3. Oh, you took 80 architecture photos. Wait, did you lose them? Or, I mean, it was just the keyboard, right? So your photos should be safe. That's like 1 a.m. feasible. I very much appreciate the late nights that you give me with this. Yeah. But yeah, it's about 3 hours here for me. That's like I think that's like my limit. Plus it's time to go take care of these kids that are out there. The barbarians are at the gate. Oh, just talking about the weekend. Oh, awesome. You took like 80 architecture photos this weekend. That's great. That's a good weekend right there. Yeah, so I'm going to be back on in about 3.5 hours or so to do some more Victoria 3. So hopefully I'll catch you back on there. But yeah, it's good to see you. So hopefully I'll see you later tonight. To everybody else who's watching this, thank you so much for sticking around and watching it. If you want, please give me a follow here on Twitch, and this way you get alerted again the next time I'm on here doing this whole thing. Yeah, I'll see you. I'll see you, Ozzy, and everybody else in here. I'll see you next time.